What's going on, guys? Welcome to my completely spoiler-free review of Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1. Just finished this off in 2 days, very quick binge. Even though the episodes in this one are a little bit longer than the other seasons, they all go over an hour. It's only 7, so it's pretty easy binge. I figure a lot of people probably also have binged it this weekend, being that it came out Friday, and it's a pretty popular show. So I'm going to start off this review by saying what I always say in every review, that I don't consider any review of anything technically spoiler free. So I'm going to keep this one spoiler free, but if you haven't seen the show, just go watch the show because it's what I would do. If you don't want to hear anything about it whatsoever, which I wouldn't, I would just go watch the show and then come back to this. But this is going to be as spoiler free as I can possibly make it, and I'm going to be releasing a full spoiler review tomorrow, so I'll be talking in full length about the show after that. But this is just the general gist for anybody wondering, if it's any good, if it's worth watching, or for anybody who just wants to get a little bit of, of an insight on how it was. So basically, if you like Stranger Things, and especially if you like Stranger Things Season 3, then this is going to be right up your alley. It just kind of enhances a lot of situations that happen in Season 3 and kind of continues on with that style of Season 3, bigger and broader in its settings and scenarios and plot lines and stuff like that. You're getting pretty much all the classic Stranger Things tropes with monsters and the Upside Down, and all the characters come back. You get a couple new characters in here. There's 2 in particular. One is in it for a short time, I would say, and then another one is basically a main character who joins the classic gang of kids. One thing I liked that this show went to, which it's about time because we're dealing with the 80s here, is they deal with a little bit of Satanic Panic. And for those who don't know what Satanic Panic is, it was really relevant in the 80s, so go look it up. They touch on that, and they touch on it really in a clever and funny way, which I really enjoyed that aspect about it. Plot-wise, basically, the last season left off in the gang splitting up, so in this one, there's 2 plots, well, 3 plots if you include the Russian stuff, but when it comes to the kids, there's 2 plots taking place, one in California and one in Hawkins. And, what's her name? Elle and Jonathan and Will moved to California in the last season, and we have Mike paying them a visit, Elle in particular, being that they're dating. And the show kind of starts off with her writing him a letter, and she's kind of preparing him to come visit them in California. And he does, and then their relationship kind of takes a different spin because of the time they spent apart. Nothing like huge, but it's sort of the beginning of setting off a lot of the events that are going on in that area of the U.S. And then in Hawkins, you have everybody else basically dealing with high school life. Max is really shut down because of the tragedy that she experienced with her brother's death in the last season. And Lucas is now, he kind of drifts off into, away from the nerd crowd and more into, the cool, sporty crowd. And other than that, a lot of the characters pretty much, I wouldn't say they change a whole lot, but you get an introduction to your main villain, and I love the monster in the main villain, you should say. They give him a name, and they give him a name based on this, they do this whole, D&D kind of club, kind of like the first season-ish, but a little bit more, in a different direction with different kind of people. One of the new characters is kind of the head of this club kind of thing. And the monster is named from a villain from this D&D game. And if you can imagine a blend between Victor from Underworld and a complete Resident Evil monster like the Tyrant, and blend those two together, that's your villain in this show. He looks amazing. He's very scary and very, I don't know, just the creature design, it's awesome. And they give him sort of a personality that, like a villainous personality, I should say, that is really intriguing and captivating, and easily the best villain and monster you can get in Stranger Things that I've seen so far. Joyce is back, and Murray is also back in full hilarity. So if you liked Murray, you're gonna love him in this season, and if you found Murray annoying, then you're gonna find him annoying as fuck in this season as well. When it came to the Russian stuff, I'm not the biggest fan of that plot. It's fine. They obviously expand it, clearly. For anybody who has seen an ad for this show at all, even like from the very first teaser released, this is, I don't consider this a spoiler, so I'm just gonna say it. Hopper returns. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say how, I'm not gonna say why, I'm not gonna say what happened, but Hopper is a character in this show. He's in the show. Okay, I'm not even gonna say if he's alive or dead. I'm just gonna say he's in the show. So you get him back. For everybody who loves, oh geez, I'm blanking on what's the actor's name? Hellboy, come on, David. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the bottom. David Harper, I think, or something like that. But the whole like Russian plot that they took with the third season, I didn't feel it much. It was fine. I mean, you know, it kind of adds to everything going on around Stranger Things, but Stranger Things to me is all about Elle and the gang of kids that totally remind you of like Goonies and Ghostbusters and fucking, you know, even like Stephen King's It, although it doesn't go that horrific, but you get that connection between everybody that I really like, and that's what I'm into Stranger Things for. I don't follow too much of the Russian plot with Hopper's character involved, obviously, and then Joyce and Murray. Joyce and Murray are hilarious, and their banter together is awesome. But I'm in there more for the kids. But like I said, dividing two plots going on in two locations, one California, one Hawkins High or Hawkins the town, I really liked. And then lastly, or finally, this show definitely, the way Volume 1 went, for sure, it definitely wants to do a lot of full circle stuff. So you're going to get a lot of things that happened in the past. The show even begins with a flashback. And there's a lot of, this season, I should say, deals with time and space a lot. So you're going to get lots of flashbacks, lots of history of things that you didn't know happened. You know, especially with Elle being when she was younger and in that Hawkins lab, there's a lot of plot detail going on with that, and it's very relevant to the villains and everything that progresses and transgresses through this show. The new character, one of the new characters where the Satanic Panic stuff happens, he's awesome. He is a great character and a great addition to everybody else. I really, really enjoyed watching this guy. The actor plays him great. He's a total 80s metalhead. He wears a Dio jacket, like a Dio jean jacket, and I'm like, I definitely want one of those now. And he's awesome. He's a great character. If I don't know, I can't think of too many people who love Stranger Things and love like 80s throwbacks and is not gonna like this character. This character fits right in to the plot and everything that's going on. So I think this season is as good as season 3. I have a very soft spot for season 3 though, just because of that finale. That finale was so perfect and so emotional that I might put season 3 above this one, just for the final episode. But for a volume 1 that's leading up to a volume 2, clearly we already announced that, this is fantastic. Everybody's great. All the actors that Dustin, Mike, Max is great. Lucas is awesome. And Will's back. He's great. He's got this fucking mushroom cut. it's it's hilarious. But if like I said, plain and simple, if you liked Stranger Things, if you liked the first 3 seasons, there's nothing you're gonna hate about this one at all. So it's really well done. It's really driven. Like they put a lot of effort into it, clearly, because it took so long to follow up season 3. So it's a huge recommendation for any Stranger Things fan, especially if you're diehard. You're not gonna have a problem with this one, guaranteed. So that's all I got for the that's all I got for the spoiler-free review. Join me tomorrow for the full spoilers if you've already binged the season, and we will chat more about a lot more details. So subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more reviews. Stay tuned if you're interested. And until next one, have a good one and cheers.